So the third time was actually the charm, even though it was less a statement of the Palestinian human rights as it was an effort to provide humanitarian assistance, and that was through the Viva Palestina USA convoy.
Right.
After having spent 7 days in an Israeli prison, after we were kidnapped on the spirit of humanity, the government of Israel took us to prison and kept us there for a total of 7 days. Now, if it had been any other country in the world, I'm sure I would have received a phone call from the television networks asking for interviews. There's one show that comes on television in prison abroad. Well, you would think that they would want to contact us. Well, I haven't been contacted, and the special interest media in the United States basically whited out the story. They ignored the story.
And that's why I asked it, because not only are you a former congresswoman, but you was a Green Party nominee for president. So you're a presidential candidate, you know, on ballots throughout this country, you know, ran a hard campaign. And I mean, just as protocol and as respect, one would think that, oh wow, you know, a former presidential candidate is bringing attention to a cause. Why not, you know, shed some light on that?
Well, actually, I can tell you that the illegal acts of Israel ended up bringing attention to the cause that they would like to cover up. Because had they allowed my boat, the Dignity, to proceed to Gaza, as the Dignity had done 5 previous times, when I wasn't on the boat, Dignity was able to get to Gaza. So if I had been allowed to proceed to Gaza, there would not have been any need for any media attention. There would not have been any need for any cover-up. Had the spirit of humanity been able to proceed to Gaza, then there would not have been the spontaneous demonstrations that erupted around the world, including in Haiti, demanding the release of the Free Gaza 21, and in the United States in particular, demanding the freedom of the 5 U.S. nationals who were a part of the Free Gaza 21.
So let me just ask you this. I have to ask you, are you surprised that Bill Clinton didn't come rescue you like he did the Ling sisters?
No, I'm not. I'm not surprised at anything. I'm not surprised that the Obama administration was silent, despite the fact that I had communicated with the administration several times, and in each one of those communications was asking them to intervene to ensure safe passage. I'm not surprised that neither the White House... So you just didn't go willy-nilly. You actually went out and reached out to say, let's... I reached out to the White House and to the State Department to inform them prior to my departure of what the intentions were, to inform them yet again on what the contents were of the material that we were trying to get to Gaza, to inform them that we needed to have safe passage, and that one word from them could ensure that.
That's something to definitely think about. You know, what's the lesson that people can take from, first of all, the attempts that you made, 3 attempts to go there? And it wasn't just Cynthia McKinney on a boat. You know, we're talking about Cynthia McKinney with a couple of 100 people from around the world. And I think that's important for people to know, that you just, you know, that so this wasn't some isolated thing. You were in coalition with a lot of people that had already been doing these trips. But with that being said, having gone to Gaza and seeing the type of resistance that you encountered, what sort of lessons should people hearing this and watching this take away?
Probably the most important lesson is a lesson that very many people already know, and that is that some people have human rights that are protected under the law, and other people have an aspiration to have their human rights protected under the law. And of course, the activities that I have been engaged in from the very start of my political career have been about ensuring human rights for everybody. I believe in the universal application of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights.